We're cracking open the 13 Easter eggs we found in the new Deadpool trailer. Everyone that likes their comic book movies with more edge than a Ginsu knife can't stop talking about the new, hilarious Deadpool sequel trailer that dropped earlier today. Now, besides a fun teaser that had about 6 seconds of footage wrapped into a 2-minute parody of Bob Ross's The Joy of Painting, this is our first real look at the new Deadpool film. Now, there's a lot of fun Easter eggs to unpack in this 2-minute trailer, so let's dive in, baby! First up, let's talk about the elephant-sized mouse in the room. At around 45 seconds into the trailer, we see Deadpool playing with a Cable action figure in a fight scene with a Deadpool toy, dressed like Woody from Pixar's Toy Story, and much like Toy Story, Wade's name is even written on his action figures. With the Disney-Fox deal on the top of everybody's minds, this definitely seems like Reynolds and company aren't straying away from using the film to comment on the potential merger. Deadpool is more self-aware than a rebel teen that just read Nietzsche for the first time, something that I can identify with, you all. And Reynolds was one of the first people to joke about the Disney-Fox deal on Twitter, so it makes sense that he'd also comment on it in the Deadpool film. Also, do we hear references to Avengers Infinity War in this scene? Now, these could be a stretch, but Cable is played by Josh Brolin, who is also playing the role of Thanos in Infinity War, and at 40 seconds in, Deadpool pauses the trailer and says the line, "I'll do it myself," over an image of Cable. Now, this line was famously said by Thanos in the Avengers Age of Ultron post-credit scene.
"I'll do it myself."
Also, later on in the trailer, right before Deadpool's action figure teabags Cable's action figure, Deadpool says the line, "I've got the stones to help you," which is most likely a double entendre referencing the Infinity Stones and also Deadpool's junk. Action figures teabagging each other. Deadpool, you are so edgy. And the Avengers isn't the only superhero franchise referenced in the trailer. When Deadpool pauses on Cable's green-sleeved arm, he makes a joke about the visual effects not being done with the follow-up, "It's not like we're trying to remove a mustache." Oh, the shade. I did like that one. This, of course, is in reference to Warner Brothers having to digitally remove Henry Cavill's mustache from the Justice League film. Of all of the jokes we've seen about that mustache, that one's grown on us. Get it? However, the trailer isn't all hilarious self-aware goofs. It also gives us a good look at the Deadpool Squeakquel story. Now, there are multiple shots of soldiers wearing helmets and carrying shields labeled DMC. This is just a guess, of course, but we think DMC stands for Department of Mutant Control, which could be some form of the Department of Mutant Affairs established in X-Men The Last Stand. Now, in the comics, Cable is a telekinetic mutant from a dystopian future where the surviving mutants are at war with a humanity that is trying to destroy them. We assume the reason he's traveled to the present day is to stop that from happening. Now, there are several shots from this trailer, as well as in the Bob Ross teaser, featuring people who we can only assume are mutants in yellow jumpsuits, wearing bomb collars and being controlled by these DMC troops. We even see a maskless Deadpool in one of those jumpsuits as Cable tries to free him from what is probably a mutant prison. Now, earlier in the trailer, we also see what looks like a psych ward with posters that say purity, humanity, infinity on the wall. The world of Deadpool is clearly a world that hates mutants almost as much as it loves attaching knives to submachine guns. And speaking of mutant powers, the trailer features a sweet shot of Cable using his limited telekinetic abilities to block a bunch of bullets fired at him from DMC troops. Also, did you all see that half-burned teddy bear attached to Cable's belt at the start of the trailer? Now, this bear is either in reference to Cable protecting the mutant Hope, who was the first mutant born after Scarlet Witch stripped all of the mutants of their powers in the House of M storyline, or it could be a reference to Cable's comic book origins, where he was sent to the future as a baby to cure him of his techno-organic disease, and this is him holding on to his past. We also get our first real look at Zazie Beetz in action as the X-Force member Domino, but the trailer also shows us this. Holy is that the rest of the X-Force? Because in this group shot, we see Deadpool standing next to Domino, Terry Crews, who we assume is George Washington Bridge, someone that looks a lot like either Chamber or Phantom X, and the edgiest Marvel character of them all, Shatterstar. Hey, we heard you like blades. So we put some blades in your blades so that you can blade while you blade. Now, this team-up could be the previously mentioned X-Force team or Cable's other team, Six Pack. We assume that with a Fox X-Force film on the horizon, it makes sense for it to be the start of X-Force. Now, there's also a ton of quick sight gags worth mentioning, from what looks like the power control device on a gun being turned to 11 as a reference to the 1984 rockumentary This Is Spinal Tap, to the painting from the original Bob Ross teaser being seen in the background of Deadpool's toy room, to the Hastings Street sign seen at 137 into the trailer referencing everything the name of Deadpool comics writer and Gwenpool creator Christopher Hastings to appearances from the previous film's Negasonic Teenage Warhead, as well as Ricky Baker from Taika Waititi's Hunt for the Wilder People, flipping the double bird like a young Stone Cold Steve Austin. And though we have no idea what the official name for the new Deadpool film is going to be, this trailer shows that Fox is trying really hard to make a fun and self-aware film that fans of the original Deadpool can get behind. But what do you folks think? Are you excited about the untitled Deadpool sequel? Are there any details from the trailer that we missed? And did you guys see Dopinder in the taxi? Let's discuss. Be sure to like and subscribe, and hey, Kyle.
Yes.
Hello, Kyle. Word around the campfire is you got a lot of changes happening with Because Science. Please, Kyle, tell us what's going on.
Well, over the years, so many people have watched that we decided to spin it out into its own ecosystem. So now we have its own Facebook page, its own YouTube channel. It's across Instagram and Twitter, and you can go and subscribe there for all of this.
Jeez,
and even
Kyle.
more.
Stop bragging.
And vlogs and live streams. We talk about hair and vibe.
Oh, well, I'm tuning in now. Great. Check it all out right now.